Hey guys, Ian again from Three Rivers House of Prayer, staying in our series on love. Want to talk about a message today, or a piece of truth today from 1 John that is contrary to the human nature, and that is how to grow in confidence before the Lord, or how to grow with a spirit of peace in love when our hearts betray us. When we feel the sting of sin, when we feel the sting of betrayal, that we have given ourselves away from the Lord and into some type of sin, whether it be habitual sin or we've made a slip in our lives, we didn't realize it. How do we get back into love? How do we get back into confidence? And John addresses this in 1 John chapter 3, verse 19. And I'll read from 18 and 19. Dear children, let us not love with words or with tongue, but with actions and in truth. This then is how we know that we belong to truth, and how we set our hearts at rest in His presence whenever our hearts condemn us. And I'm, of course, dialing in on that last phrase, when our hearts condemn us. When we feel shame or guilt or condemnation from a compromise in our life, John is saying, look, stay in the game, stay dialed in. In fact, go out of your way to serve someone else. Now, this isn't penance. This isn't a sense of earning God's love back. It is you getting in the way of the grace of God to live sacrificially so that the love of God can jumpstart in your heart. All of us have experienced that sense of betrayal. All of us have experienced that sense of condemnation. And the Lord's saying, it's easy for you to draw back in that season. It's easy for you to draw back and to take yourself out of the game. And John is very clear. He says, look, the way to overcome, the way to stay in the game is to go out of your way to intentionally seek someone out and serve them. When you do that, you overcome the heart that is betrayed. You overcome the heart that's in compromise, and you actually grow in peace. The very middle part of verse 18. Our hearts at rest in His presence. To be at rest in the presence of the Lord is one of the great gifts of grace that God has given us. And when we feel condemnation, when we feel shame, when there's a sense of brokenness in our lives, reaching out to another brother, another sister, and saying, I want to serve you, I want to go low. The Lord promises that there will be rest, there will be a sense of peace in our hearts to overcome and to stay at rest with the Lord. All right, thanks again. This is Ian from Three Rivers House of Prayer.